There you are. Thank you for coming. Here's the story of how all this came to be. In 2021, the Federation of Asian Storytellers, or FEAST, threw a Feast Fest, a gargantuan offering, a plethora of storytelling from all across Asia. It spanned every night 3 programs for 2 weeks. 2 weeks of programming. Whoa! And for the first week, in 7 segments, storytellers from India, females, divided up segments to tell the epic tale of India, the Ramayana. The Ramayana! Holy moly! They were using Valmiki as their source to guide them through it, a popular poet and an author well known. So each pair created and originated their own segment in their own way and divided it up into parts. When I heard about it, I thought, I want to see that. And when I saw it, I thought, that's a show. I want to share it with America. So thank you for tuning in, for being among the audience, called the curious, the bright ones. I can see it in your eyes. You came. Thank you. I'd like to thank Feast, 6 Feet Apart, for presenting me, your guide, Jeff Gear, and these storytellers. To tell you the truth, it was hard. I was pinned between wanting to tell the Ramayana, a story that most Americans don't know very well, although everybody in India has grown up with it from the time they were little kids. The other compulsion was to share with you these immensely beautiful, wonderful storytellers. The color, the culture, the fingers, the dance, the song, the poetry, the Indianness of this show in an hour. Now, in the process of truncating narratives, making things simple, I followed the main characters, left other parts, and I came up with this version. I'd like to thank the 14 storytellers who had the trust to give me their work and to just have the faith that I was going to do the best I could. And I have worked hard to piece together the best, the juiciest segments, to do voiceover, to tie the pieces together. What I didn't realize was that in doing those voiceovers, I would become a character in their show. I did the best I can. And I must say, I'm really excited by what we're going to share with you. I can't imagine a more fun way to hear this epic tale than what's just about to unfold. So now, without any further ado, Jeff Gear, your host, Feast, and 6 Feet Apart, present to you the epic tale of the Whoa. Ramya is about to tell a tale using a traditional Japanese form of illustration for narratives, kamishibai, using illustrations which she commissioned and designed from a local artist, to tell a timeless epic of Shiva's bow to you in English. What a world. And she does it so effortlessly.
Long ago, the great Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, got themselves in a quest to find out who was more powerful. Was it Vishnu, the preserver? Was it Shiva, the destroyer? Great cosmic bows were created, and Vishnu's bow was called the Sharanga. Shiva's bow was called the Pinaka. The two of them lifted their bow high above just to begin the war. Just then, a celestial voice, an Akashavani, said, "This war is only going to lead to complete destruction. Hence, it had to be stopped." With due respect, they kept the bows down. Vishnu's bow was handed over to a sage for safekeeping, while Shiva's bow was given to the ancestors of King Janaka at Mithila. Well, Let me tell you how strong the bow was. If Pinaka were to be moved, 5,000 strong men, when kept on a 8-wheeled cart, had to move with great strain and strength. Hailesa, haisa, hailesa. Well, that was how Pinaka was. And now it was in the possession of King Janaka. Janaka was very kind and a strong king. One day, when he was plowing the land, as it was the custom, the cows stopped to move. They wouldn't go any further. King Janaka got down to inspect why this had happened. Just then, he found a beautiful infant carefully protected in the furrow of the earth. He picked her up. It was a girl child, and he named her Sita, daughter of the earth. Ta na 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 na, ta na 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 na, ta na 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 na. This child brought great joy to Janaka and his entire family. Sita grew up to being a very smart and adorable child. A toy of Sita rolled into the room where Pinaka was kept. In all her eagerness to pick up her toy, Sita effortlessly picked up the bow, took her toy, placed the bow back, and went about playing her game. Did you just see that? The great bow Pinaka, which required such strong men, and the little girl Sita just lifted it so effortlessly. The news reached King Janaka, who thought for himself, if my daughter can lift the bow so easily, her suitor can only be a man who can not only lift the bow, but also string it. This would be the test of valor. Ta na 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 na, ta na 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 na, ta na 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 na. Sita grew up from being a smart, adorable child to being a fine young princess. It was the time for her Swayamvara, the day of her marriage. Well, Pinaka was kept at the center of the stage. Kings from far and wide had come down to try their luck in lifting the bow and winning the hand of this beautiful maiden. I am the most strongest king ever. I can move mountains with my little finger like that, said the first king as he rose up. Ta-da-dum, 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 and he walked back. He couldn't do it, but I can hunt hungry lions with my bare hands. Pinaka will be like a feather, said the second king, and came ta-da-dum, 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 and it did not move. He went back disappointed. I am the strongest in this court, said the third one. Today is a Saturday, and on Saturdays I don't lift weights, he said, as he went back to his seat. Now, people in the court had started whispering, did you just see that? Nobody is able to lift the bow. Sita will never find her suitor. What kind of a test is this? Just then, Vishwamitra, who had now got Rama and Lakshmana to Mithila, suggested that Rama should try lifting the bow. With due respect to his guru and everybody in the sabha and to the bow, Rama lifted the bow, and as he tried to string it, the bow broke into two, leaving out a loud sound and a complete silence. Janaka got up. He was delighted to know that Rama, the prince of Ayodhya, had broken the bow of Pinaka. Well, Sita was sitting in her palace, watching. She was mesmerized by the charm of Prince Rama. The prince of Ayodhya, who was soon going to be her husband. Sita sat there, weaving her own dreams, deaf to all the celebrations which had already begun. Dasharatha was immediately sent word, and he quickly came to Mithila with his entire family, and he was greeted with lot of respect. Festivities was in the air. Every road, every lane in Mithila was decorated with flowers, pearls, and garlands. The entire city looked like a young bride herself. It was like a wedding in everybody's family. Na 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 na. Sita, Sita was blushing as she sat so close to Rama, who was glowing like the sun. And as for Rama, he looked at his ravishing bride, and a warm, caring smile escaped him. Well, the royal household thought, now that Rama and Sita's wedding has been blessed by all of them, why don't we get Rama's three brothers, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, married to Sita's three sisters? It was a wedding of the times. The celestial beings blessed the young couple, and there was celebration everywhere. Well, after the royal wedding, chariots with fine horses were kept ready for Dasharatha and his entire family to go towards Ayodhya for a new life, for a new journey. Ta na 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 na, ta na 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 na, ta na 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 na.
Ah, yes. It was time for the newlyweds to become the new king and queen of Ayodhya. Ah, it would be a beautiful coronation. Happy ever after? Not so fast. For in the middle of the night, the queen awoke, called the king, made some startling new demands on him that changed everything. And at dawn, when Rama came to see his father, the king, he learned those demands and accepted the conditions that would change his future forever. And then he went off to share those demands, the new life that they were going to live, with his new wife, Sita. You'll learn those demands soon enough.
In Sita's chambers, she was adorning her jewelry, excited and getting ready for the puja rituals. And that's when she sensed Rama's presence. She glanced at the mirror, and there she saw his reflection. Her heart filled with warmth. As Rama approached her, she gazed into his eyes tenderly. As she looked deeper, she noticed that the spark was missing. I shall come with you.
In the palace, in the morning, the king and queen greeted the new happy couple. But they weren't so happy, and the news wasn't so good, as the queen laid out the new demands which she had forced the king to accept. Now here Sarita takes talking with your hands to a whole new level. It's based on the classical traditional dance of India, southern India particularly, called Bharatanatyam. And in it, they paint the fingers red so that they'll read from a greater distance and increase the drama. Of course. What a wonderful way to tell a story, just focusing on the hands with the zoom lens.
Your father, the king, granted me two boons. It is time I asked for it, and I did. My son, Bharata, shall be crowned the king of Ayodhya. You, Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, shall leave for the Dandaka forest and live there for 14 years as hermits. with braided hair and covered in bark and hide.
The next day, the first day of a 14-year exile in the forest, Sita and Ram felt the earth begin to quiver and quake. Elephants were coming, an army of horses. What could it be? Ram was up with his bow. No, let's see who it is. It was Rama's brother, the new appointed king, who threw himself at Rama's feet and began weeping and kissing the toes in sadness.
My mother wanted one son to leave for the forest so that the other could rule over Ayodhya. In that grief, our father passed away. I, Rama, shall live in the forest while you rightly rule over Ayodhya.
And how about that wilting finger? So beautiful.
Bharata knew that he would not be able to convince Rama to break the vow. He had brought with him from the palace of Ayodhya Rama's footwear, his paduka. He requested Rama to wear the paduka for a few moments, and he then worshipped the footwear. Bharata declared that he would rule in Rama's name, and to symbolize Rama's reign, he would place the paduka on the throne. Shatrughna, Bharata, and the army took leave of Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita and left for Ayodhya. Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, and Bharata. How did this twist in the tale impact their lives? Was there a right or a wrong? Or were their lives entangled in between the space of the perceived truths? Rama, who grew up amidst the love of his doting mothers, a benevolent father, and adulating brothers, in one of the greatest kingdoms of Solar dynasty, adapted to his life as an ascetic in the forest.
So Sita, Rama, and Lakshmana make their life in the Dandakar forest, saving sages and vanquishing demons. Now this is the domain of the demon king Ravana, who has 10 heads. He has a sister. The sister falls in love with Rama. She comes and tries to woo him and seduce him. Nope. So she goes to Lakshmana and tries to woo and seduce him. He's so outraged, he takes out his sword and cuts off her nose. She runs to her brother, the king Ravana. This insult must be revenged. Therefore, he tries to kill Rama. Can't. I will seduce and marry Sita. That will be my revenge. So he does it this way. He sends a golden deer. It's a demon in disguise. And Sita, I want that deer. The deer runs away. She sends Rama to go get it, and Lakshmana after him. And so she's all alone. Ravana throws her in his chariot. They fly across the sea towards Lanka, and she's trailing her jewels to leave a trail of where she's gone. Rama and Lakshmana come home. Where'd she go? What's happened? Who took her? Why'd they take her? Where'd she go? How can we get her back? The king of the monkeys sends his troops in all 8 directions. The ones who go to the south bump into this ocean. What can we do? A vulture in the tree says, I see her. She's in Lanka, in the palace of Ravana. You can find her there. How can we go across the sea? We need a great hero.
The search for Ma Sita has brought them where? The sea stretches further. Then the eye can see. They cannot go forward, but they cannot retreat. Who is going to cross this ocean? This ocean, 100 yojanas wide. But you know the elders? They can always play the guide. And Jaman says, a hero greater than I is with us today. To know your own strength is power, wise men say. Then Jamban directly addresses Hanuman. Why still and silent and apart, O hero of the dauntless heart? Why rich in wisdom, power and skill? O hero, art thou lingering still? Immortal Hanuman, the bravest and the best, thou art the hope of all the rest. But is there any truth to Jamban's story? Why doesn't he remember anything? Jamban explains, you're a child. I told you were an impish monkey and you troubled all the Rishi Munis. And they cursed thee that you would forget your powers, your strength, the wonder of you, till reminded of it by me. And this is my part in your story. Now, mighty chief, thy task essay, thy peerless strength and power display. So shall thy glorious exploit vie with him who stepped through earth and sky. And there, before their joyous eyes, grew dilated to a gigantic size. Ah! When his stature they beheld, their fear, their sorrow were dispelled. A joyous shout, loud and long, broke out over the Vanar throng. Jai Hanuman! I will dry up the mighty mane, shatter the rocks and rend the plain. Over earth and ocean will I bound, and all the flowers that bloom on ground. The bloom of creeping plants shall show, whither the route, where I go, bright as the azure skies, amidst the azure allure of the skies. Methily lady will I find, thus speaks mine own prophetic mind, and bring in shattered ruins down the wretched walls of Lanka's town. Jai Shri Ram! It happens, doesn't it? We are full of self-doubts. We forget how wonderful, how strong we are. Will Hanuman cross that ocean? Will he find Ma Sita? The story unfolds as the Ramayana continues.
শোনো শোনো সুধি জন শোনো দিয়া মন বিশেষ এক কাহিনী আমি করিনু বর্ণন আহা বেশ 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 আহা বেশ বেশ বেশ. Then he roared with triumph and he soared into the sky. Steadfast like an eagle, Hanuman did fly. His hand was outstretched. He had fire burning in his eyes. So, let's cheer for Hanuman. Come on, join me. Hanuman, Hanuman, Come on, join me. Hanuman, 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 Hanuman. Once again he flew and he flew across the vast boundless blue. Then, ha, 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 ha. From the ocean sprang up a monster. It was a demoness. Into my mouth. Mother, I am Hanuman. I'm on Rama's mission. Please, let me proceed, mother. Into my mouth, monkey. I say, or else you won't get your way. Mother, I know I'm a monkey, but then now I'm Rama's messenger. Let me proceed, mother. All right, since you insist. As the demoness watched, Hanuman grew bigger, bigger than her mouth could chew. The demoness too widened her mouth to catch his frame. But then Hanuman grew bigger again Divan is wider, Hanuman bigger. Divan is wider, Hanuman bigger, bigger, wider, bigger, wider. And then Hanuman took a cosmic size. The divan is too widened her mouth likewise. Just then, in the blink of an eye, from the cosmic size, he turned into a tiny grain, entered her mouth and came out. So, for the witty Hanuman, once more, Hanuman, 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 Hanuman. But was the challenge over? Was the hurdle over? Hanuman suddenly felt as if arrested. His speed was getting obstructed. He looked around and he found, yes, a demoness has caught his shadow tight with all her might. Hanuman requested, Mother, please leave my shadow. I have to go. I'm on Rama's mission. No, I shall devour you. Mother, not now, later. I need to go. No, I am the hunter and you are my prey. Mother, last time I'm requesting you. No. Ferocious Hanuman that entered into her mouth, ripped her apart and came out and said, Mother, I warned you, when Hanuman is on Rama's mission, he has to overcome, he has to defeat any obstruction. Aha, besh, 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 aha, besh, besh, besh. Hanuman, 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 Hanuman. He now safely landed on the shore of Lanka. There in front of him was the fortified city of Lanka, Ravana's Lanka. Hanuman then turned into a small monkey, just the size of a cat, confronted the guardian spirit of Lanka and jumped over the wall.
Hanuman finds Sita in a garden of the palace, surrounded by scary demons. But wait, here comes Ravana.
There entered the 10-headed demon Ravana. Ravana walked straight to Sita and he said, Oh, my dear darling Sita, don't be scared of me. I will not touch you without your consent. But accept my love. I will show you all the worldly pleasures. Forget that Rama who is roaming like an ascetic. Be my queen. You just have to say yes to me. A sharp shiver ran across Sita's spine. But she didn't show that out. She plucked the blade of grass, placed in between Ravana and herself, marking the boundary that Ravana should not cross. And then she said, Rama's wife Sita, getting scared of you? Huh. You can never equal Rama. These hands of mine, which held the hands of Rama, will never ever touch anyone else. Go, seek Rama's mercy, else, mark my words, your days are numbered. As Sita continued to speak, Ravana's lust was overpowered with jealousy, with anger, with ego, and he burst out, Hey Sita! Accept my love and come to my bed, else you will be cooked for my meal.
When Sita is alone, she hears the songs of her love for Rama. Looking, she discovers a little monkey. Is this a trick? Can she trust this little fellow?
And then he took out the ring of Rama and gave it to Sita. One look at the ring and all the doubts of Sita vanished. Her eyes welled up with tears of memories, memories after memories. She couldn't stop sharing all those with Hanuman. Na 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 na. Oh Hanuman,
I miss my Rama so much. Hanuman could understand Sita's pain and he started to get worried. What if something happens to Sita before they came to rescue her? So he said, Mother, I am not a tiny monkey as you see. I can grow as big as I want. Please, please sit on my shoulders. I'll carry you to your Rama. You can meet him. Just like that. Sita was so desperate to meet Rama, but she controlled herself and said, No, child, that's not right. For all the insulting words of Ravana, it's only right that Rama, my Rama, come, kill that Ravana and take me back. I can't come with you. Hanuman understood, and there was one last thing he wanted to ask her. Mother, how will Rama trust me that I have met you? Sita smiled, untied the tip of her sari, took out a jewel chudamani, placed it on Hanuman's palms, her fingers lingering on the jewel for some time, and then she said, Give this to Rama. He will understand everything. Hanuman bowed and he decided to leave.
Hanuman turns to go, but decides he's going to leave a little calling card of Rama's power.
Long live Rama! I have now received Mother Sita's blessings. With that, just watch what I do.
So he tears up all the trees in the garden and throws them about, scares all the birds and animals and the demons too. Ah, who's making this ruckus? Guards, go kill him. They find the little monkey, but the monkey kills them. Ha! How can this be? Who is this monkey? Ha!
Now, dear friends, for the first time, fear struck Ravana's heart.
Ha! Next, Ravana sends the generals. Ah, they're dead. Ha! He sends more generals. Ha! They smash them with trees. Ha! Hanuman can't be killed. Ha! He sends a son. Ha! The son is dead. Ha! He sends another son. This son has a magic, secret, supernatural weapon. And out of respect for the weapon, Hanuman decides that he will allow himself to be caught.
The demons, they tied him up with ropes and dragged and brought him before Ravana in his court.
Seated in his throne, Ravana yelled, Hey, who are you? Who sent you?
Ah, I'm coming from Sugriva. He is now friend of Rama, whose wife, Mother Sita, you abducted. Let me advise you. Return Mother Sita to Rama and seek his forgiveness. Or else, you and your entire kingdom will have to face utter destruction.
Destruction. Look who's talking about destruction as though you will be alive till then. Soldiers, why is this monkey still alive? Shouted Ravana.
Now everybody knows that monkeys love their tails. So they wrap his tail in rags and light it on fire like a torch, parade him around the city, wrapped to a post.
But Hanuman, undisturbed, like a pure spy, was silently observing and mapping the nooks and corners of Lanka in his mindscape.
Sita's prayers have been answered, so the god of fire Anya does not burn Hanuman. Suddenly Hanuman throws off the ropes, jumps into the sky, and with his tail on fire begins to lash it against the buildings and sets Lanka on fire.
And to another building, and to another building. And very soon, almost the entire Lanka was burning.
Hanuman jumped to the top of the Trikuta hill, watched the whole of Lanka burning, but for the Ashoka Park where Sita was there.
Once again, Hanuman flew and flew across the ocean and returned. He reported everything. So now they knew where was Sita. They knew how was Lanka. They knew
The power of Hanuman, devotee of Rama.
A very good evening to all the viewers out there. This is Meera Venkatesham from Kaleidoscope News, real news in real time. The headlines first. Ramayana is almost at its final stages with a chapter of wars, Yuddha Kanda. As we reported, Hanuman's return from Lanka has brought a fresh wave of enthusiasm in the Vanaras, and they are now ready to charge. All that is required to do is to build a bridge across the sea. The Vanara engineers of those days, Nala and Neela, managed to build a beautiful bridge that would float with the help of the sea god, the animals of the forest, the birds, and they say even a little squirrel. The bridge is built, the Vanaras cross and then set up camp on the shores of Lanka outside Ravana's palace. From his camp at Suvela, Rama fires an arrow which carries Ravana's crown right off his head to announce the war, and Ravana in return roars, "Let the battle begin." And as the battle begins, we, your Sutradhars for today, Meera Venkateshan and Meher Gehi, have gone back in time. Yes, you heard it right. We have gone back in time to the Treta Yuga, 7,000 years before. And I am stationed here on the battleground where the battle is going to take place, and Meher, at great risk to her personal security, has managed to enter the lion's den, so to speak, the palace of Ravana.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's just appreciate the fact that these women are taking us back 7,000 years to a live report of a battle that happened between Rama and Ravana. Wow, what an invention.
Meher, can you update us? What is going on inside the palace of Ravana?
Thank you, Meera. This is Meher Gehi reporting live from Lanka for Kaleidoscope News. The battle here is yet to start. People here believe that victory will be theirs. After all, very few have ever defeated Ravana, you see. As I speak, Angada, Wali's son, has come for a peace talk to Ravana's palace. They are trying to kill him. Meera, they are trying to kill him, the Rakshasas. And with one big jump, Angada is back to his camp. Can you already see him, Meera?
Yes, he's right here. And all is well. Everything is under control, I should say.
But all is not well here. All is not well here. I can't believe my eyes. Ravana has brought an image of Rama's head struck by arrows. Sita swoons. All is not well. Wait, it seems it was a ploy to deceive her. Thankfully, Saram, a good-hearted Rakshasi, has cleared Sita of her illusions.
I would like to tell you, viewers, Kaleidoscope News has unearthed this unfair war practice, Ravana's attempt to create a fake news. As always, we bring you the real news in real time. The Vanaras are now fully charged and they are entering Lanka, as I see through all the gates, and there is a pitched battle on between the Vanaras and the Rakshasas. Quick, Meher, tell us what is happening there.
I see Indrajit, the son of Ravana, all set to lead the army. We all know Indrajit is a skilled warrior and a sorcerer, and how to defame Sugriva is even unable to battle him. There's a lot of mayhem here. There, Lakshmana is coming to his aid, and oh no, Lakshmana has fallen. Indrajit has struck his first major casualty, Lakshmana, with his strong weapon Shakti. Back to you, Meera.
Breaking news, Lakshmana has fallen, and I don't know if it can be revived. The physician says that if they manage to bring the Sanjeevani herb before daybreak, Lakshmana can be revived, but that is too far away and I'm not even sure if it's possible. As I see, Hanuman is flying in the air. Apparently he is going to try to bring the herb. So we have sent our reporters behind Hanuman to bring you the news as it happens, and I will tell you what I hear. Hanuman is battling the Rakshasa Kalanemi sent by Ravana. And he has reached the Dronagiri mountain in record time. Searching for the herb. He is not able to find it. What? Are you sure? Apparently, Hanuman has lifted the entire mountain and is carrying it towards Lanka. And as I see, here he comes. The herb is taken out, given to Lakshmana. Lakshmana is revived, and Rama embraces Hanuman, telling him that he is his brother. And Meher, I am going to take a short break to check in on the celebration.
There's a lot of tension on this side. I don't know what the next strategy will be. I am waiting for my informer to come and tell me, because Indrajit has gone to the caves of Nikumbala to pray for strength. Alright. Oh, is it? It seems Kumbhakarna, Ravana's gigantic brother, is all set to charge. Wait, not exactly. He seems to be telling Ravana not to fight. Ravana is so livid and he's accusing Kumbhakarna of being disloyal. Now this may well be a turning point, because we all know that if the mighty warrior Kumbhakarna has been woken up before his 6 months of sleep are up, he will die. This is Meher Gehi signing off from Kaleidoscope News. Back to you, Meera.
Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna. The name struck terror in the hearts of the Vanaras. They shivered when they saw the huge Rakshasa step over the ramparts of Lanka as if it were a doorstep. Kumbhakarna. The earth shook, burdened by his weight, and the mountains unburdened the rocks onto the battlefield. My lunch was lacking today. Now that I have the monkeys to feast on, I will satisfy my hunger. Victory to Rama, Rama Jayam. Victory to Rama, Rama Jayam. Victory to Rama. It was Hanuman, the son of Vayu. Stop, my dear friends. Remember, your enemy is only as strong as the fear within you. You kill your fear and you kill your enemy. Come, let us fight.
They jump at each other and begin to fight, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They fight and fight till finally Hanuman is thrown to the ground. The monkeys jump into action and throw twigs and branches and stones at the monster. Finally, the king of the monkeys jumps up and with his sword cuts off Kumbhakarna's nose. Ha! Through his pain and his blood splattered faces, he slays friends and foes alike.
Twang! Twanging of Rama's bow. Kumbhakarna, it is me you want to fight. Why are you fighting the hapless Vanaras? Yes, I came here to kill you. Let us stop talking and start fighting.
Instantly, Rama cuts off his arms, shoo, shoo, and then his legs, shoo, shoo, and then shoots an arrow, and the arrow goes into his chest. Kumbhakarna is no more.
The chant arose in the battlefield. Rama Jayam, victory to Rama, Rama Jayam, victory to Rama, Rama Jayam, victory to Rama, Rama Jayam.
Ravana mourns over the dead, lifeless body of his brother, so big, so mighty, so powerful, so still. And now Ravana has no other option but to enter the battle himself.
It was time for Ravana of the 10 heads. It was time for the end of distress of Lanka. Biting his teeth, his eyes bloodshot, he rode to the war in a chariot, a king caught in his own war, a king whose subjects were lifeless. Ravana let out an arrow of a lion that roared towards Rama when fire pushed the lion away. What will you do now? The fire that roared towards Rama had to be quenched with water. And then the snakes that roared from Ravana's bow were met by the eagle, who pushed it away, and the two warriors circled each other. Rama let out an arrow which cut off Ravana's neck, and Ravana fell. A laugh so evil. Again Rama set out his arrow, again struck Ravana's neck, and again he came back alive with his head springing up again. What do I do? Thought Rama. If this happens, how do I kill him?
The charioteer has an answer. He is invincible unless you shoot an arrow into his belly. So Rama shoots an arrow high to the sky. It lands in Ravana's belly.
I cannot die. I am Ravana. I cannot die.
And Ravana is no more.
The battle of Swarna Lanka was over.
Sita comes to see the victorious husband. Her Rama has won. But he is cold. But she is not embraced. He folds his arms as she bows to kiss his feet, and she hears an icy voice say, I did my duty. I freed you from that bondage to another man. Now you are free. Go where you want, with whomever you want. And I will now return to Ayodhya, alone. Go.
Sita could not believe her ears. And then, wiping the tears, she spoke.
You say I'm free to go? Go where? When my journey is with you, and my destination has always been you. Oh, my dear husband, whenever I have looked at you, I've seen in your eyes the special love for me. The love which you chose not to share with anyone, and I did too. Your voice has always been my anchor, and the way you've always spoken to me, I felt we are two parts of the same being. You cannot take me back to Ayodhya because you don't know the kind of relationship I've had with Ravana. Is that the trust you have in me? Your lethal words today have pierced every pore of my being. I do not need to defend myself because even you know that it was my misfortune that I was forcibly taken away by Ravana. Am I to be punished because he was physically stronger? Or because I was coerced to stay in his palace for a year? But I never reciprocated or responded to any of his threatening or cajoling. I refused to eat, drink, so that he didn't have any right to behold me in any way. You say, I am free to go. O great king, I have always obeyed you. Always. For every command or request you made has been honed at the portals of justice, dharma. I've never heard frivolous words come from your mouth. It's been my honor to obey you. But not today. Not today. For the world looks up to you. And if this is the course of action that you will take for your innocent wife, word will travel across the kingdom that a man can rightfully reject his wife if she's been abducted. Countless women can suffer and be punished unnecessarily, and I don't want you to be the reason for that. No. You say, I am free to go. But I was never bound by anything. unrestrained daughter of the earth which takes everything you give her, even the bloodshed of the battle. My capacity to accept life is far more than any of you can imagine. And thus, with my own free will, I will take a decision. Lakshmana, build me a fire. So today I, Sita, daughter of King Janaka and daughter of my mother earth, my Janani, have decided to offer myself to Agni Dev, the god of fire. Let Agni Dev shield me if my mind has always been on my Ram. Let Agni Dev shield me if I am untainted and unblemished. Let Agni Dev shield me if I have been faithful to my Ram, the follower of Dharma.
Without a moment's hesitation, she plunged into the fire.
Wow. Everyone was watching to see what would happen. And calmly as Sita walked up to the spitting, sparking, swirling flames, just as she stepped to the flames,
there arose the great god of fire himself. He rose with holding Sita, unscathed and untouched by the fire. He handed her over to Rama with pleasing words of blessings. And all the onlookers, Sita Ma ki jai, Sita Mata ki jai, they said. Rama, he was overjoyed that his wife's integrity was proven to everybody there. Did you know that Rama could not look into Sita's eyes when he picked her up in his arms? Did you know that Rama was ashamed of his harshness to Sita? He quickly turned. He said, "Oh Agni Deva, Sita is not just my wife. She is my soulmate. She is like the rays of the sun god that stays with him forever. She is like the fragrance of the flower that is always with it."
ah, the celestial bodies above were so happy to see Rama and Sita embrace. No hard feelings. They rained down flower petals and blessings. And a voice said, "Your 14-year exile is over tomorrow. Please make all haste to return to Ayodhya and resume your place as the king." "But it's a long way away." "No problem. We've got a flying chariot." "A flying chariot? It'll take you to Ayodhya in a flash." "Cool." So a flying chariot appeared. They all got in, and in a flash, they were gone to Ayodhya, just like that. Oh, I almost forgot. Before Rama left, he told Hanuman to hurry ahead of them and to tell his brother, who has been the king, right? Who took the sandals and put him on the throne so that they would represent Rama in exile. That one. Hurry to him and tell him everything that's happened, because he's probably quite nervous about me. And so Hanuman went to the king.
Close to Ayodhya, he noticed that Bharat was living in a hermitage, clad in black antelope skin and barks of trees, looking miserable and emaciated, his hair matted in locks and his skin coated with dirt. The affliction of separation from his brother Ram. With folded palms, Hanuman approached him. "Ram, for whom you are repenting and living as he was in the forests of Dandaka, has inquired about your welfare. Overjoyed with delight, Bharat felt faint, and quickly regaining his consciousness, he asked, "O gentle one, are you a human or a divine being who has come out here in compassion for me? Is it really true that my brother is near Ayodhya? Will I be seeing him very soon? How did you meet my brother?" Answering all of Bharat's questions, Hanuman began recounting the tale of the past 14 years.
How they had been in the Dandakar forest, ruled by a demon king with 10 heads named Ravana. He had a sister who fell for Rama and tried to seduce him. Didn't work, so then she turned to Lakshmana and lost her nose. Ravana wanted revenge, so he seduced Sita. He did it with a deer. She wanted the deer, sent Rama, sent Lakshmana after it, and then finally, here came Ravana. He grabbed her, took her back to his kingdom, and all the monkeys looked on him and jumped across the great ocean, visited her, set Lanka on fire, and then came back. And then Rama fought Ravana and finally killed him. And now they were coming home. They were coming home. They were coming home, and it's the end of the 14-year curse. Everything's going to be great. It's over. Rama is coming. Rama is coming.
Celebrations transform the kingdom, the most joyous place on earth. Drumming and drumming, Rama was coming. Drumming and drumming, Rama was coming.
I love Ayushi's performance. She's been dancing since she was 5 years old, and it shows. So lithe, so effortless, standing to accompaniment, kneeling in front of us with her hands in English. Wow, this is India.
Suddenly, a tingling sound, a breeze that lifted hearts and hopes. And through the swirling clouds appeared the magnificent winged Pushpaka. Soaring above, their upturned eyes in surprise, and swooped and gently glided down, descending like a magnificent bird on vast open space. And from it stepped Sita, Ram, Lakshmana, and of course, Hanuman. Safe and well and home again at last.
As they stood before the cheering crowd, Bharata ran forward to prostrate himself, but Rama stopped him and held him in a warm embrace. Then seeing his mother, Kaushalya, Sumitra, and Kekai standing teary-eyed in happy joy, Rama ran to them and bowed in reverence. Sita to walk briskly beside her Rama. The mothers welcomed Sita, their eyes moist, holding her tight, a survivor of an ordeal, a survivor of an ordeal.
And then, without wasting time and words, Bharata lifted his hand for silence and declared, "O Raja Ram, with your return, the spirit of Ayodhya is restored once more and blessed with a bounty like never before. Dear brother, please place your feet in these padukas, the divine footwear that guided me these 14 years, always to do what you would do, so as to do no wrong. So as to do.
Come, come, for Ayodhya is waiting for you. Let us ride together on this golden ratha to the palace at Ayodhya. Let us ride together to crown you king, so you'll begin your rightful rule and usher in a brand